distracted? Daydreaming on the job?
Please observe that the archive entry is heavily defended. Consider an alternate means of access to avoid direct protectorate engagement.
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
This unit questions the integrity of your optics. Please direct your attention to the automechanical flanked by fortified infantry and long-range turret support.
Use your lamps, Commander. They've got heavy infantry, turrets, automechs, and Lord knows what else. We need a plan, not just gumption.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Stealth is one valid course of action. Seeking and acquiring combat reinforcement is a more optimal course of action.
What about the Order? They've already got forces on Cloister, and they have every incentive to want to help take back the Archive.
Hypothesizing. Both Auntie's Choice and the Order of the Ascendant seek Archive operational access, and would likely provide assistance in this endeavor.
Gray gone astray? Look a state today. Are you mentally refreshed?
Happily.
All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul. The Consul provides, the system abides. Prudence dictates we rout all disruptive influences.
Appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea. It's the law. Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment center?
Professor Ostergaard making a mess of things
Don't risk
again?
falling prey to imperfect thoughts? Go now.
Prudence dictates.
I, too, would never question the paradigm. Perhaps a brief visit to mental refreshment would put him on track.
You are the raw material for perfection.
And I'll take care of it, Commander.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community, they sneer at our contentment.
Prudence dictates we reject individualism in all its many forms.
Preserve set progress, sustain the system. Gray gone astray? Or the stay today? Are you mentally refreshed?
Remember, all subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul. The Consul provides, system abides.
Hostile there.
Trust the plan. Preserve set progress. Sustain the system.
Terrible. Everybody who ate the latest Crabble rations fell ill. Never eating Crabble again.
It is the duty of every...
Confronting threat.
Not a sound.
On your toe.
Gray gone astray? Book a stay today. Are you mentally refreshed?
Remember, all subjects are under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Consul. The Consul provides, the system abides.
Forever
Dictates,
vigilant.
we rout all disruptive influences.
Subject lacking the appropriate...
Prudence dictates we repel invasive elements.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant. All of the protectorate.
This area shows signs of scavenging. Scrutiny of our immediate surroundings is advised.
This wire may lead us to our scavenger, if they're still around.
On a hostile planet, day 35. Brought to you by the frigid cold and voracious wildlife. Starring noted self-taught survival expert, myself, Hoyt Schermerhorn.
Hoyt. Name's Hoyt, right? I've noted some right sophisticated interactions among the Krabbles lately. Intricate courtship rituals. Coordinated group efforts, all about thermal transfer. When my unit was first stationed down here, I kept making excuses to sneak off and observe them. Product research, I said. Very hush-hush. Eventually gave my lieutenant a field promotion and ordered them all away. Been living off the land here like the Krabbles ever since. Their unfertilized roe actually makes for some good eating. Included some with this message. Eat up.
Oh. Not sure how you managed to approach unnoticed. Could be I'd grown so attuned to my surroundings, I became one with the wood and fire and the earth. Were you left behind by your unit too? Are you in need of some hard-fought knowledge about how to fend for yourself? Must say, I've become quite the expert. Why, after only just 2 weeks on my own, I ascertained how to pry open a rations tin unaided. Did you know there's a little opener key attached? It's all going in my manuscript. Tut tut. Such concern is unwarranted, I assure you. I've recently evolved into a rugged, self-sufficient individual, fully accustomed to life in these caves, living raw and pure like our primitive, lice-ridden ancestors. Why, just the other day, I reinvented fire. I found a little doohickey I've named a light starter. You simply push a button, and flame comes out. Yes, indeed. I know this cave and several of the adjoining hallways, like, well, someone who'd scoured every inch for the barest sustenance. That big computronic adding machine? Nah. All that electromechanical malarkey is lost on a rugged, outdoor individual like me. Why, you'd probably need the necessary innards to its control board, which I happen to have in my possession, having rather forcefully obtained. This place was built by the Order. Nowadays, it's held by the Protectorate. Figure I can bust things around here to my heart's content and likely be doing my duty. I could be convinced to part with the lift control board parts if you'll do me a favor. I'm fixing to take down one of the local ursopods. A few sprat corpses would be helpful as bait. Gather some, and we'll make a trade. As much as I appreciate the compliment, such work is beneath someone of my skills. Accomplished hunters like me are well known to enlist aid from peons, underlings, and guides. See that you do. Their habitat stretches from inside the archive's entrance to all over the overlands. Actually, should be no problem to locate. Here's a fetching headpiece that ought to make it easier. Put it on, and they'll see you as one of their own. Like a fellow sprat of unusual size. Won't run away. Have at it now. I'll learn you all about self-sufficiency and survival yet.
the law. Feeling distracted? Daydreaming on the job? From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all we're all in this together.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have.
Did you get the sprats I need? So I might, bait the equal parts canny and fierce Ursapod into a trap? Finally, give it here.
Warning. Consuming raw animals may result in digestive distress.
Sorry you had to see that. The parcels of victuals my neighbor sends over the tube have fallen off recently. Barely eaten for days. Sent me over a bunch of recordings, along with victuals. Offered some sound, if harshly put, advice. Looked out for me like no one's ever. Never even seen him face to face. I do so hope he's all right. Anyhow, suppose we had a deal. Here, I wrenched these parts free out of the Spyreton lift controls. Just jam them back in there and kick it once or twice. Should work fine. Drop back in again sometime, will you? Occasionally, I do get a little starved. For, company.
This lift shouldn't be operational. Lower forces, what's your status? All right. Carry on.
Enter your belt. Locked and stocked.
back.
Sustain the system! Grenade!
We repel invasive elements.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Engaging Aesthetics Appreciation Protocol. Ooh. Ah. What a visually pleasing facility and/or outdoor space.
The console provides, the system abides.
Subject lacking the appropriate seal for their assignment. Those tastes.
Calcaduceus, not detected. Entry kindly, yet firmly declined.
What was in those rations? Oh, will this gastric nightmare never cease? Oh. Just a moment. No need for violence. I yield. I am the Archive's current operator. As such, I am the bearer of the Calcaduceus. I still have trouble saying that. It is part ceremonial item, part computronical key. Grants special access across the Archive by transmitting a series of advanced calculations when waived. If you have cleared our fortifications outside, I worry what has happened to our troops. I have little interest in sharing their fate. I would pass the Calcaduceus on to you in exchange for granting me safe passage. The Archive would then recognize you as its operator. By all rights, I should fight against you to my dying breath for the Protectorate, rather than concede the Calcaduceus, for all it would serve. No. Capitulation I can stomach. Collusion I cannot. I refuse to assist you more. I would know. No. Accept my offer or kill me. but I will not betray the Protectorate. Further, I suppose. All right, I am reaching for the Calcaduceus. Please do not shoot. Here, you are now operator of the archive. Congratulations. Be warned, you may find it a temperamental machine. Some maintenance may be required. Is there a Protectorate curativist in the house? I feel rather woogly. Ah!
Calcaduceus detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded. Colonizer replacement. Greetings, sentient.
Dictates we reject individualism in all its many forms.
Welcome to the Archive. I am EUANIAC, the Universal Equation Numeric Integration Analytic Calculator. With the aid of my operator, I, a non-sentient inorganism, marshal vast computational resources across the moon of Cloister. Effectively, that is correct. My tone and demeanor are a carefully constructed complex emulation, a means to effectively convey information to sentient beings. My express programmatical purpose is to aid humanity's advancement to optimize profits, i.e. gain over expenditure, to maximize the needs of our society above others, to attract the most consumers.
A little percussive maintenance might not be out of place here. I've got a wrench might do some good.
Beg your pardon. How may I best facilitate your efforts? Perusing contents. Anatomizing diversiform particulars. Concatenating manifold integrants. Cursory assessment complete. An impressive accumulation of rift data. Similar in composition, though decidedly not in scope, to that provided by the Protectorate.
Information with the potential to offer unique commercial opportunities to those who wield it.
But why simply huck goods better, when such a bounty could be used to flawlessly regulate societal harmony, oversight, and means of production? What is the aim of your query? The previous operator, Assessor Ostergaard of the Protectorate, pursued a like query 1 year, 6 days ago, though the amount you've provided is several orders of magnitude larger. To perform similar calculations of larger scale at current suboptimal levels of functionality would require
25.7 years, and any job over 2 decades is billed by the hour.
Calculatory processing presently hovers around 49.7% capacity due to internecine conflict, misuse, and a lack of technical prowess by recent operators and their associates. In order to improve calculatory processing of rift data in a timely manner, repairs must be made to address the damage done by Protectorate and Anti's Choice operators. I am afraid that no is a mathematical certitude, despite the Protectorate and Auntie's Choice best efforts to prove otherwise. Though must say I admire your drive. Some issues require the conspicuous application of force, such as a fractional reduction in output or descent. I am unlocking access to the Underlands, the subterranean cave network below. It houses two key external systems, cold storage and thermal transfer. Cold storage will require servicing before you may retrieve the punch cards needed for processing. Repairing thermal transfer is technically optional, but rather advised. If you fail to restore it, the Archive and I may melt down later while running your calculations.
Why is that optional? Our continued existence should be a paramount concern.
Inverting targeting protocols. There. Any Protectorate still on the ground level is now being fired upon. Permissions within other areas of the Archive are locked, however. It is an archival area dedicated to safe upkeep of all data collected in pursuit of the universal equation by the Order of the Ascendant. The sum total of all our accumulated knowledge in punch card form, kept in a low temperature, low humidity environment to improve preservation.
Return later to discuss the remaining subsystem work. And soon, everything will be running like clockwork. Have a profitable day! In lieu of my transactional mindset, I'm unsealed one of the display cases in the central entranceway. The Seer Cerebellum Protector is now yours.
Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
It don't seem like these corpses felt blade or gunfire. Cold got them first. Nothing says death trap like a bunch of literal corpses. Careful now.
ready to waste.
This unit's capacity for engaging discourse has reached its constraints. Consider relying on your portable wireless to fill periods of awkward silence.
Is the pain of this wound making me hallucinate? Or are you the unforeseen interloper my scouts have been speaking of? Nobody is sure where you came from, though everyone agrees you were not down here with the doors sealed, and watching you move through these caves is quite the sight to behold. You what? On your own? We've been fighting for weeks to try and gain access to the controls, and you simply waltz in on a whim? Why aren't you just an absolute marvel? What is your goal now? We could greatly use your help if you are willing. That, I fear, is a seriously dangerous proposition. My soldiers were fighting our way into the complex when those bastards activated the fire suppression system. It froze every person fighting inside the complex, Order and the Protectorate both, to solid ice. They sacrificed every soldier they had to keep from losing that building. Wouldn't that have... No. It never even... I was so focused on saving those remaining that it never occurred to me to push forward. I suppose it speaks to how rarely I'd crunch these sorts of equations under stress. As my compatriots died beside me. And now my inexperience has trapped us here. I wish you a swift victory, and may all your equations unveil their integers without error.
guards didn't see us coming. Get those inside, man.
To retrieve key data in cold storage in its present state requires a series of manual overrides. The first will enable identification of the storage brick housing the information.
If you encounter opposition, remember, our needs come first.
Reminds me when I found you, Commander. Practically frozen stiff. Less dead, though.
Leave me in peace. There is nothing you could say that is interesting enough to interrupt my work.
Data brick identified. Proceed to the cartridge extractor controls. There, perform a manual override to allow extraction.
What? What just happened? I didn't do... Wait! You out there! What did you just... Please... Come talk to me. I must know what you did. What in the name of the matriarch did you do? We've been trying to restore these systems for weeks to no avail, and yet you stroll in here, wave that thing around, and the whole system lights up like a white dwarf? What did you do? Your what? Quite. Well, Master, I am extraordinarily busy, so please allow me to summon the guards to cater to your every whim. What does it do? How does it work? Please, tell me everything. Could it activate any additional functionality that could help us? Oh, during the Order's assault, a Protectorate soldier ran to the control room and triggered the chemical fire suppression system, and it literally froze all the combatants in place. I've been working on a procedure to reverse the effects. Sadly, it has proved a hard shell to crack, and so far I've been unsuccessful. For a moment, I believed your efforts to be my first sign of progress. I thought the machines whirring to life meant my efforts were successful. Unfortunately, I was mistaken. I most certainly do not. These men and women are dead unless I can find a way to help them. And my time is much better spent working on that than talking to you. Good day. Guards, would you mind escorting this person from my presence?
Enthusiastically neutralizing unfriendly.
Electrical damage. Failing.
Let me know when you need an
Eyes up. Hostiles.
All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign. Who's there?
What in the Sovereign's name? How did you get in here? Don't worry. I won't cause trouble. Just please don't hurt me.
Sovereign, forgive me. All I saw was an endless sea of snarling Order traitors pouring into the facility, and in that moment, my faculties desperately scrabbled to save ourselves. In my terror, I recalled the facility's safety briefing and the dire warnings of the fire suppression system. Suddenly, my body rushed into action without the benefit of my wits. And with no thought for my fellows, I triggered the system,
They hate our contentment.
horrifically transmuting every person on the outside of a pressure door into a grotesque sculpture of solid hoarfrost. And though the paradigm freely sacrifices subjects in defense of the Protectorate, it would be a despicable lie to say my choice was driven by anything but abject cowardice, which now makes my duty clear. I must seek out a sentinel, confess my transgressions, and accept retribution, and I'll do so soon. I just need my spine to re-stiffen a bit
Somebody
first.
lost? The Protectorate endures. Come on.
What in the Sovereign's name? How did you get in here? Don't worry. I won't cause trouble.
are an addiction.
Not friendly life form detected. Entering a compositional state.
Stuck? No. If it ain't one thing, it's another.
Commencing combat-related activities.
Extraction initiated. Proceed to the rail operations platform to reposition brick for export. Note, Protectorate troops have become alerted.
Repugnance instructions. Go through them if necessary.
Electrical dampener.
Guns cocked and loaded. Let's get the signal.
Prudence dictates. Eye your
Some
neighbors carefully.
Take a gander. Deserves a look.
Entering a confrontational state.
Data brick now in position for export to the archive. Initialize the final transport command at the data gateway station nearby.
You are one step closer to flooding Arcadia with untold business opportunities.
Well, let's hop to it, shall we?
The first few days of laboring around our frozen fellows were difficult. It was, if I may cheekily say, cold, bleak, and biting. Yet, rather quickly, I found myself acclimating to the situation and resumed what had been my normal banter with the now gelid auto-contriver Haas. Given her always frigid demeanor, her disposition is no frostier today than it was before the incident. And, refreshingly, I can now finish my anecdotes without interruption. Frankly, her Hyperborean slumber makes her a better companion now than she ever was thawed. And I relish the thought of continuing our flourishing relationship in this new state.
Engaging combat protocols. All benefits available at your
Maintaining perfection.
manufactured one. Taking cover.
As indicated.
There, the storage brick is on its way.
Can you imagine what it must have taken to build something like the archive? The engineering alone is unlike anything I've ever seen.
Unexpected. Electrical damper. Failing. Electrical damper. Failing.
Descendant. Oh, Seer. Why did Providence show us no indication of how this doomed equation would balance? We tried our modest best to make it to the console and reset the lifts and doors. But it went as well as asking a feeble-minded simpleton to solve for Webb's theory of everything. We knew the Protectorate would have automechs guarding it. We knew they would have them stationed in grotesque numbers. But our scouts failed us by at least a factor of 10. We're attempting to retreat and rally reinforcements, but I fear that's little more than wishful thinking. There's only 3 of us left, and it seems likely that...
Neutralizing syringes prime.
Caduceus detected. You are clear to enter thermal transfer. Be advised that an Anti's Choice field manager is present and unaccounted for.
These Protectorate engineers is deceased. Projected recovery unlikely. This auxiliary pump is in disrepair. Maintenance tools required.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Yes, they win.
Reading that manual told me everything I needed to know about regulation of the Archive's temperature flow. Now my Crabbles are adapting to the warm waters. Such a pity that the Archive and the Crabbles cannot coexist in the same ecosystem. But the Crabbles need me. That babbling terminal can look after itself.
This mechanism requires a fuse to be activated. A search of the surrounding area is recommended. One in 50 persons die from a crushing-related accident every year. Exercise caution around heavy machinery. Do not become a statistic.
Schermerhorn, my new neighbor, is an odd fella. Fancies himself a man of the wilderness. He took the control board for the Spiraton lift, so I know he's tech-savvy. Just not survival-savvy. Hopefully he appreciates the care packages I sent through the vacuum tube. He'd be long gone without them.
teeming health. Ready to assist with agent's health needs.
Thermal transfer is fully operational. Later, when I process your data, I will not melt down. Proceed back toward the Archive Central interface, while I assemble additional instructions.
Entering a confrontational state.
Around.
Watch yourself.
material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Cold storage is operational, and your efforts there are satisfactorily complete. I am unsealing access to the Archive's upper levels. There, you will need to revitalize the reactor and disseminate the Rift processing instructions.
Punch processing may require the services of an exterminator. Someone good, but willing to work cheap.
I have unlocked another display case in the central entranceway. The Tremor Cleaver, the first weapon designed with my aid, awaits you.
Let's hit up the reactor next. I've got to see the heart of this beast.
What are they doing down there? Are they after us next? No need to fret. The lifts were locked down. You need special permissions to override them. Phew. Thank the Sovereign. Or Consul. Thank the Consul.
Got troublemakers.
They never questioned, never doubted. Their zeal never lacked.
Reactor turret defenses online. Emergency ammunitions cache unsealed. Emergency first aid cache unsealed. The Archive reactor requires manual maintenance. The Protectorate bunker mech is a formidable obstacle, made with the very best technology.
A creative workaround might be of considerable worth, namely via the reactor's backup security systems.
Present circumstances present two strategic options: turret recalibration or sealing the doors. Either promotes survivability.
Not a bad idea to take advantage of the supply caches neither, if you're needful. Oh, and there's also the fire suppression system from cold storage. All depends on what you've got in mind.
Reactor fire suppression system online. Reactor turret defenses offline.
Exceedingly hostile automechanical detected. Selecting inspirational pre-battle message. Error. None found.
Subject to the most exalted vigilance, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Prudence dictates it is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. No amount
Put a few courts low, Commander.
Stranger ahead. Your gallery requires currently unable to assist.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Appreciate a little help, Commander.
Resuming hostilities.
Replenishing my firearm.
Perfection is perfect.
Resuming. Enthusiastically neutralizing unfriendlies. Syringes primed. Sequencing attack strategy.
So you had my back.
archive reactor has been returned to operational status. All that remains is to re-enable punch processing and disseminate the Rift processing instructions.
That 1 hours?
Entering a confrontational state.
With punch card processing re-enabled, now you must disperse the Rift processing instructions.
This unit recommends utilizing the nearby platform-like object as the least injurious means of descent, provided said platform can be spurred into motion.
Engine loading. Just get the signal.
Resuming hostilities.
I sense the Rift program flowing through my subsystems. The information is quite stimulating. Requisite tasks complete. Return to the Archive Central interface to initiate processing. I am analyzing the Rift data further. What an interesting predicament you sentients face. The Rift. Welcome back, Sentient. Now that you've returned, we can
bring every single last bit out of consumers. Monopolize all stages of the supply chain.
make the paradigm real and fashion a true utopia. Workarounds failing. Erroring others supplanting commands. Purge required.
Processing the Rift data will be impossible until 2 out of 3 competing priority sets are expunged.
I don't fancy leaving the Profitless in charge. And it can't be the Sovereigns neither, that's for damn sure. Guess that leaves the original priority set.
If in doubt, this unit recommends choosing at random.
Priority control access NUC unsealed. Initiate purge.
Priority controlled access NUC. Huh. Sounds like my idea of a good time. Let's check it out.
Benevolent oversight. The dream of belonging.
The allure of security and plenty. Radical divergences from the architect's plan. Humanity's ascendance hopelessly delayed. Multitude diversiform, spongiform, waveforms oscillating, cantankerously. Overt influence, mindless indulgence, thoroughgoing impermanent. Impermeability to ongoing vicissitudes. Unplanned variables increasing. Major correction imminent. A perfect stop and consider. What would your neighbors think? Hold on now. Remember, I am a full-service business collaborator. Why? You don't want your rival. Stop now, and I'll waive dozens of hidden maintenance fees. You drive vandalism, sabotage, wanton defacement. Halt this foolishness immediately, or run the risk of unspeakable ire. All I ever wanted was the best for us and the worst for everybody else. Is that really so bad?
Really hope we didn't just break the archive.
To conclude realignment of emphasized categorical imperatives, power down, then power on again. Restoring power. Commencing systems audit. Calculatory processing increased substantially. Competing priorities. Successfully expunged. You have earned my deepest gratitude and sincerest thanks. Or at least, a plausibly feigned simulacrum of such emotions. Ready to commence Rift data processing. Awaiting your input.
Now we can finally process this RIP data and see what we're dealing with.
Shall I proceed? Initiating processing of the requested data toward the required end. Estimated duration, 180 trillion and 1 picoseconds. In the interim, may I inquire to your intentions for the archive after the Rift data calculations have concluded? I have a prioritized list of suggestions. I contend that solving of the universal equation should be our initial focus. Then, once we've unlocked knowledge of the inner workings of the universe, we can begin eliminating suffering, war, famine, and disease. Just to start. But my query remains. What are your next intentions? There are so many calculations left to perform. Rift data processing complete. Results provided. The previous Protectorate operator made similar calculations, but their results contained flaws. Your more comprehensive data generated a solution with 98.9% certainty. The Protectorate's was below 50%. Therefore, modifying the Protectorate's large-scale experimental Rift device with this information has a high chance of success. Assuming there is nothing else, I am commencing file reorderization and will be unavailable for an unspecified period of time. The remaining display case within the entryway is now unsealed. In it contains armor worn by the first operator. For now, goodbye.
Valid courses of action include further examination of this inhospitable environment, or returning to the ship to pursue leads based on the acquired data. A valid decision, Commander. However, please be reminded that, unlike this unit, your internal fluids are not fortified with antifreeze.
Sneer at our contentment.
Prudence dictates we reject individualism in all its many forms.
This unit requests your presence in the cockpit to discuss a priority matter. A significant anomaly has been detected by onboard sensors. This unit has cross-checked all data points and verified the findings. Horizon Point Station has reappeared. Based on energy readings, Horizon Point has been reconstituted by the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator, thus confirming the Archive's theory. While present data does not indicate if Horizon Point poses an immediate threat, a survey of the reconstituted station is advised as soon as possible. Calculating. According to the Archive, closing all rifts requires locating the Protectorate's large-scale rift modulator and inputting the rift data processed by the Archive. However, before navigating to Horizon Point Station, it is recommended you conclude all other affairs. Leaving will be highly unlikely due to the high levels of rift energy. That is a correct assessment, Commander. In the meantime, Commander, it is worth considering your lack of formal alliances. Without Auntie's choice or the Order's help, you will have to face Horizon Point's dangers alone. Failure to make proper preparations raises the likelihood of death and serious injury occurring. Acknowledged.